strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I cannot enter. I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Joe, please. Fancy buying something?
You never... What do you know of Harry Peterson?
Harry's a good boy, but he spends most of his time
What troubles him?
Despite being his father's son, almost everything, I think. He never...
Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he?
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then.
What can you tell me about Mr.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife...
Without making excuses for him?
We've all had some rough times, ain't we?
And no one has ever...
Nobody would be fool enough to stand...
Goodbye for now.
You again?
Can I offer you?
The name?
Goodbye.
It's an ancient!
Forgive my
Do not apologize, my son.
I am Dr.
A scientist?
Have you any friend?
No. But
Where did you send?
I sent Samuel to...
You sent him on some...
as a true believer.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane?
I don't like the liberal ideas of...
Why do you hate...
Before coming to London, she was a member of the
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence?
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of...
What do you mean when you say that I am more...
All scientists are in...
Quite a judgmental opinion.
Well, you are seeking answers, aren't you?
Well, I suppose I can...
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself.
Really? And what would be your answer?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us.
What is left?
Cleansing fire.
Tell me, Tobias. What egg...
God will recognize his own. More...
Fire is just the instinctive answer of a caveman.
Your lack of faith is predictable.
You're mad. And dangerous.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift...
Joseph,
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. What?
What do you mean?
All science...
Quite a judgmental...
But you are seeking answers, aren't you?
I am. But the... What do you mean when you...
All
Quite a
But you...
Don't you fear...
I've been...
I have heard an...
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this...
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance.
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He has no relatives at all?
No, except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never...
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days...
Have you any idea of the...
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever.
I'm convinced there is more.
Really? To be honest, I could say the same.
What is a journalist doing?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the...
So you risk your life to reveal the truth?
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories.
That's quite honorable of you.
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent...
Why are the newspapers keeping silent?
There's a war going on.
I served in France. Our top
Sir, streets are a battlefield too. An invisible and untold war is...
Goodbye, Mr. Darby.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can...
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like...
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy...
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Krashun.
You seem to respect...
Dorothea helps the sick people of...
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crime.
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with...
Why this...
How can you speak about starving?
Are you talking from...
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Christina, have you been examined?
I don't like doctors, or...
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your...
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal...
Considering your life...
If it is going to happen, it will happen.
Do you need any assistance?
It depends.
I will see you... Goodbye, man.
Would you like me to...
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets... Melia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. A stubborn and mute comrade. I know you understand what I'm saying. Very well. It's locked, all right. It's locked. It's locked, all right. Good evening, Harry. May I?
Sure. Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
So,
I'm not bot.
your father and Mr. Lewis...
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother.
But you are not...
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety.
Have you tried...
I don't go out often, but yes. And
Goodbye, young...
even my dreams are soaked with glue.
I should never have taken up my father's business.
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again. As long as you have the money. Its effectiveness has been proven by many.
doing this?
You are blinded by your false faith!
It's locked.
And trickery. Horror around you.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir.
May I ask you a few questions about the
extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
What can you tell me about an old man?
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a...
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in print...
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane. A nurse who lives...
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name.
Did you know the mute florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only...
Are you not curious?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding.
I fear you are a
guilty as
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why...
The place is not beautiful per se, but...
In what way?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smile...
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid...
Vivid, of course, yes.
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what...
Do you not think it a little more...
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full...
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about...
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her?
Maybe I prefer she remains an...
Are you aware?
But this is where I must be to...
I understand.
I don't care. I don't have many friends.
If some
Well, you, for a start.
May I ask?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a...
If you say so.
Thank you, Doctor. But
are you not...
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in...
What are your...
Terrible, you say? No. Of course,
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu?
My mother loved poetry.
Perhaps most people fail to understand.
I'll leave you alone. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Some of us come to this world already tired of grace.
Hello again. Tell me about Richard Nethercott. Very well.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again?
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here.
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side?
I'm nothing like you, Mr.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care.
I have to admit your words have conviction. If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must...
We've not been formally introduced.
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and...
So Dorothy's
like myself and many people...
She seems important.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost
Are you not worried
She is as brave as she is tough, and...
Are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Progestin?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger...
Who is she, really?
She's not from around here, that's all we know.
You say she has no...
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly...
Tell me everything.
I do not
Tell me...
I do not...
Do you have any family?
Who knows?
Don't be embarrassed, sir.
It's quite awkward to talk about that.
This war won't last forever.
No. I have taught strength and...
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly.
Really? Then perhaps you have more...
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarians.
It is not the country I fought for.
Goodbye, Mr.
Yes?
Do you need some help?
I am very...
Well, I think you do.
Free drugs from an English doctor.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Yes?
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu. What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Don't question me, nurse. I need a drain. Now.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. Yes, I have this, nurse. Allow me to finish the procedure alone. I need the room.
I'd prefer to stay and see this through. This is my patient, Doctor. I have needle and thread for stitching the wound.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor. We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could? Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
Test my bedside manners. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to...
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right.
It's mine! I'll take it! There's one of them vermin! That's gonna hurt! He's on to us! Fuck, it's fast! Don't like burning, does it? Put an end to you! Fuck! Die, leech! Take its head! You're mine!
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. E. Yes? Who will assist Dorothea helping our comrades now that I die?
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
All the good boys join the army.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy.
Do you need assistance?
I'm alright.
human blood. Whoever left these marks did so to...
Kill him, boy! There's one of them things! Cross the leash, boys! You're careful, that youngling fucker! Burn it, boys! Die, vermin! Die, vermin! Let's see how it likes a bit of fire! Roast it alive! Cross the leech, boys! Burning! Burn it, boys! Cross the leech, boys! Burn it, boys! Die, vermin! Cross the leech, boys! Die, vermin! Burn it, boys! Die, vermin! Cross the leech, boys! You! Get back in the grave! Burn it, boys! Die, vermin! Cross the leech, boys! Die, vermin! You're made! The leech, boys! Die, Granny!
The flower's dying. It needs water. It's locked. I cannot enter.
I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate. Good evening, Mr.
Good evening.
Is there anything...
Really?
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
You killed him. He trusted you. And you killed him.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
We are vampires. We live by leeching the blood from weaker prey. We are Darwin's next chapter. His cynical and perhaps ultimate expression.
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed, your ladyship. The person who took advantage of you has, shall we say, seen the error of her ways.
So who was it?
My lady, the blackmailer was dealt with using the utmost discretion. The culprit's identity is of no relevance.
Thank you, Jonathan. That is exactly what I needed from you. You have proven your loyalty, so, as a friend, please accept this small token of my appreciation.
Thank you, my lady.
If you have an inclination to learn more about vampires or your current situation, I will be glad to aid you in your quest for knowledge.
Why does Dr. Swansea
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying...
What do you know about this Brotherhood?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London Vampire Society.
And no one's...
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you...
I know this is beyond the pale.
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know...
And who bestowed upon...
My maker.
Very well, but...
A lady has to have some.
Why did you save me?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that...
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Skulls are the progeny of careless.
What type of vampire is a skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires.
I've been away from London and England.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan.
The Spanish flu has...
Yes, but it's not just that.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by
Though I can't be certain. More...
Once...
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
Once...
They have...
You make them sound like some sort of...
More a society. And like all the best one...
Are there many vampires?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often...
Will they all be as affable as...
I do not see why not. But remember...
That sounds like a...
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's...
Do you know any of them?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless...
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
I've been hearing a voice talking...
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing...
Excuse my forwardness.
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal.
A vampire?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
I bid you farewell, for now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient. It's locked. Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.